Look at the size of this thing. It's huge.
That works so good.
What is going on, YouTubers? Big Philly with Poor Boys RC, and check out the size of this box. We're gonna do an unboxing today of the Losi LMT, which just came in the mail. I'm super stoked. And for the first time ever, I have to do a standing unboxing because this thing is so bloody big. The camera won't fit over the box. You can't see my ugly mug. This thing is so big, I've got to film it like right next to my body. Anyway, guys, check this thing out. It is absolutely massive. First thing we notice on this wicked looking gravedigger is that it is covered in a protective film. Thank you, Losi, for doing this. Nobody wants to spend all this money on an expensive truck and have it arrive with their body all scratched up. So take that off, reveals a beautiful gravedigger body. And speaking of spending money on it, yes, in fact, I did purchase this truck. This was not something that was provided to me to do a review on. My channel isn't that big or that cool, although maybe one day it will be. Keep those subs coming by, guys. I appreciate it. I want to give you guys a nice, unbiased review on this. This was paid for by Poor Boys RC, not by anybody else. We've got an absolutely gorgeous looking body with wicked artwork on the side. They did great work with the decals. We've got some flames on here. We've got functional headlights up front. We've got the bad to the bone decal up top. Love the way this body looks. Another neat feature of this body is that if you look at it from the top, you see screws holding it down. You don't see body clips. And this is actually hinged in the back, and I'm not too sure how it works yet. We'll get into it, but this will actually hinge up and reveal the inside of the vehicle. Really cool scale feature inside there is the driver. Check him out. Can you see him in there? Can you see him hide? There he is. Say hi. Is that Dennis Anderson? Dennis Anderson, he's still driving this thing? Anyway, that's we got a nice little scale driver figure in there, which is super rad. Glad to see they threw that in there. Great job, Losi. We've got massive, big, beefy tires with deep lugs, super aggressive deep lugs. We have a faux sort of bead lock. This isn't a real bead lock. These tires are glued. But nice looking Monster Jam style looking wheel on there. Very cool. Front axle is about the size of a child's arm. It is humongous. The biggest front axle, the biggest axle. The rear is the same size. Biggest axles I've ever seen on an RC truck before. These things are beefy. Speaking of beefy, check out the forelinks, guys. I don't know the thickness on these off the top of my head. I'm just opening this thing up and going over it in real time with you guys. But I'm going to estimate those are probably 6 or 7 mil upper and lower forelinks on this thing. Huge. The beefiest I've ever seen by far. We have a nice center skid plate. Huge, extra thick, extra beefy drive shafts on here. We've got, what else do we have? Holy cow, this thing is awesome. Overwhelmingly awesome looking at it. Nice scale details with the header right there in the center. Right there, if you can see that. Pretty rad. The chassis design is interesting as it's a twin vertical plate chassis, but it's a multi-piece twin vertical plate chassis. So that's something I haven't quite seen before. Losi designed this kit from the ground up, so this is unlike anything else that we've seen out there before. There is nothing really like it just yet. Brushless motor sitting right there. Beautiful orange motor popping out, you guys. Looking good. 4 poles, gonna have tons of torque. On the other side, we see the motor and the gear cover for the motor. This transmission is featuring Losi's Cush drive. And I'll be the first guy to say, I really don't know what the Cush drive is. I don't know how it operates. The idea behind the Cush drive is it acts like a slipper clutch where it will help absorb impact. When you've got these 4 massive wheels rotating and you hit the ground if you're flying in the air, imagine all that shock on the drivetrain. The Cush drive is designed to absorb that shock so it doesn't distribute into your drivetrain and make your drivetrain go kaboom. So pretty neat setup there. I'll learn more about the Cush drive. If you guys have questions about it, leave them in the comments below. I'll sort that out and let you know. Check out the back end. It's got a tail or a wheelie bar, depending how you look at it. And on some ball bearings, which is really neat. It's adjustable for wicked wheelie action. Back to the front axle, guys. We've got a nice big servo saver on this servo, and that's I think that's something that's really important, especially when you're rocking giant tires like this. You can imagine the pounding this thing's going to take, and that servo saver is going to help keep the teeth on that servo intact. While we're here, let's remove these two body clips. Right there. And right there. There we go. Now let's crack it open. I gotta say, opening this body up on that hinge is very satisfying. Something about it is very satisfying. Check this out. It just feels good to do. Oh, that is so smart. This is genius. Look at this thing. Body's out of the way. We've got our little plug-in for our LEDs for our headlights. And here we have exposed this amazing looking rig. Wow, let's get into this. So right from the top here, guys, what do you see? I see all sorts of cool things. Let's start with this battery tray. This has like a rubberized strap to it. And I like this. Look at this, really nice and stretchy. This is going to accommodate many different sizes of packs. And you can run this on a 2 or 3S LiPo, which is awesome. And I'm seeing some little grooves here. So maybe some kind of stoppers in the kit as well. That'll maybe adjust this, make it a bit smaller for a shorty pack. But nice, very versatile battery hold down system, which is cool to see. The ESC again, guys, we've got the Spectra Firma 130 amp brushless. This guy is waterproof and is good for 2 to 3S. It's a good looking speed controller. I mean, just look at the thing. It looks cool. It looks like it's from the future or something. So neat looking speed controller. We have an integrated fan into it, which I love to see. And it's pre-wired with nice big beefy 12 gauge wires on the IC5 connector. Receiver is hidden away here in this receiver box. So that leads me to believe the receiver probably isn't waterproof, being that it's in this box. I don't know if this box is constituted as waterproof or not. So be careful with that, guys. I'll do a little more digging. Again, I'm opening this thing up and kind of going over it in real time with you just to kind of give you some real, honest, true first impressions of what I see here. Check out these shocks here, guys. These are really nice, long travel, beautiful looking shocks. They're silky smooth. They're all metal. We have an aeration screw up at the top with an adjustable collar, threaded shock body all the way down with a nice little orange bump stop at the very bottom. So a lot of nice details in the shock. They feel gorgeous, really nice. Let's scope out this radio. Nicely packaged, once again. Thank you, Losi, for thinking of packaging. So nice little Spectrum radio. I like the fact right away that it has a little clip here for a lanyard. Not everyone out there is a lanyard guy. I definitely am. I'm super clumsy and I'm watching my crawlers and I trip and fall all the time. And these lanyards save my life. So love to see that. We've got a pretty basic looking radio, but I mean, basic by 2021 standards is certainly a different story versus 1988 standards. Some pretty neat functions on this radio here, guys. It does look basic, but it does have all the functionality you need. Here you've got your steering rate knob, brake rate, steering trim, and throttle trim. All must-haves in today's world. Battery level indicator right here. Throttle limit, that's a neat thing I've never seen before. On a radio, 50%, 75, and 100. And steering and throttle reverse. And here we have the toggle switch. A and B, and I don't know if that is to control lights or if that's an optional third channel or what that is for at this stage of the game. Controller feels nice in the hand. It's got a foam wheel on it, which I love to see. Feels nice. It's a smaller radio, so guys that like driving one-handed, you're going to enjoy this thing. Not that you're going to be driving one-handed with this thing, but radio feels nice. Takes 4 AA batteries. Going to need batteries. Very standard sort of RTR 2.4 gig radio. Looks decent though. I'm happy with it. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you again this weekend, and be excellent to each other.